So I was born and raised in Long Beach. In high school, though, I met my husband at 17 years old, got married, and we've been married for 30 years, it will be in January. We have two beautiful daughters who went through the Long Beach Unified School District schools, Longfellow, Hughes, and Pauley. Go Jackrabbits. I have 7 grandkids. One has 3 and one has 4. We are very active in the Long Beach community, along with my mom, Hattie Herring. My mom has always been my motivation. She's always been my inspiration, and she's always influenced me in the world of service and giving back. When I received the phone call that I was going to be part of the inaugural cohort that was getting honored, I was so touched. It's such an honor to be among individuals who are doing so much for the community. And to be recognized as one of those individuals, it's a humbling experience. As I tell my grandchildren, what constitutes a good man and good woman is someone who provides service. You do for people. And you shouldn't have to be asked, you shouldn't have to be told. You should identify a need and act on it.
You know, this is kind of a bittersweet kind of an honor for me because when I was initially told by 2 people that I adore, Sophia Riley and Jill Rosenberg, I was so excited. I immediately called my mom and I'm like, I'm flying you out for this. And she was so excited. We were making all the preparations. And then she got diagnosed with cancer. So she's not going to be there with me that night. I mean, she'll be with me in spirit. Even though she's not here, she's just joy. And I'll be able to feel it that night. And that's what's going to get me through it. No matter what's going on with her, she's going to, so tell me about it. That's wonderful. Like she's that person, just brilliant and, lively. And just, I say that just when I see her, there's kind of an aura around her of joy. And so I'm hoping that that's who I grow into, who she is. Interestingly, I'm being honored with several people that I consider friends, which is going to be fun, and also people that I have admired. These are all people that I have seen in the community. They're trying to help people who are food insecure, housing insecure. I mean, each one of them has their own little pocket of what they want to dedicate their time to. And everyone in the class, I think I have seen over the past 30 years doing exactly that. I'm honored to be a part of this particular class because of who they've chosen. It's primarily people that I've seen doing work in the community for decades.
November 22, '02, I had a son that was born prematurely. At 1 o'clock in the morning, I get a phone call, and I had to drive up to Central California to see and assess the situation. I get to the hospital and did what we needed to do, assess the situation, and then later the evening, someone came up to me and said, "Do you have a place to stay?" So this lady takes me across the parking lot of the hospital and introduces me to Ronald McDonald House. I was a nervous wreck, but they tried to calm me down. They made me feel like they were part of my family. I have never been asked, how much money you have or don't have. They walked me in there and took me in, and for 18 days I spent my time at Ronald McDonald House. The care that these strangers gave me was just absolutely incredible. And because of that, I feel like I've become a better person. And of course, my family support, it was very, very important. I just can't thank Ronald McDonald enough for what they've done for me, and I will never forget my whole life. Thank you.
I'm first generation American. My parents are immigrants from Poland. I've lived in Long Beach since 1962 and have had a great life in what I call the last of the big small towns. I have a wonderful family. My husband, Jerry Kaufman, is here tonight. I'm so proud of my husband and my children, my daughter Elisa and her husband Josh, and my son David, and his wife Melody, and my beautiful 5 grandchildren are here. Well, in Hebrew, there's a saying, tikkun olam, pay it forward to make the world a better place. And my parents, having lived through the horrors of the Holocaust, raised us to always pay it forward and to help others as they were helped. I think this is such an important organization, such an important house, because it doesn't matter what your political party is. It doesn't matter what religion you are, what race you are. What matters is that there's sick children who need our help. And internationally and universally, when there are sick children who are in need, we all come together.
Our parents are the most wonderful people. Everybody loves their parents, but our parents are the most wonderful people anyone has ever met. They always put everyone else in front of them. They're always generous. They're always understanding. They're always patient with other people.
My brother, my sister, and I were all born at Long Beach Memorial. And I had a car accident when I was a teenager and ended up at Memorial for a long time. And my mom slept in a chair. And so this has always been so special that we now have a Ronald McDonald house connected to Memorial Long Beach because it gives families a place to be. And I think that would have been life-changing for our family. And it makes me really happy that I can be part of making that available to other families.
It is an honor to be out here with people that I've been learning from for a long time and who I admire so much. And so it's just a pleasure to be doing things with people who I've always thought were better than we are at doing them, and to be operating with so many great people, right?
Heart and soul, that's for sure.
So I was born and raised in Lockport, New York, which is a city of about 25,000. It's located in western New York between Buffalo and Niagara Falls. And when I graduated from high school, I was fortunate enough to earn an appointment to the U.S. Naval Academy in Annapolis. And that's where I got my undergraduate degree. Went into flight training and flew airplanes off aircraft carriers for a bunch of years and retired and went to work for the city. In 1969, I had a blind date with a young lady by the name of Susan Garrett. And about 6 months later, we got married and just celebrated our 55th anniversary. We have a daughter, Blake, who lives in Huntington Beach. It's a good family, and I feel blessed to have them. I think it's important for all of us in society to try and make things a little better. Each of us have got different talents, different amounts of time available, and various amounts of treasure to share with organizations that can help improve the quality of life for everybody in our communities. It's also pretty special to be among the list of men and now women who have been honored by the Ronald McDonald House over the last decade. Those people have really made a difference in the city of Long Beach, and I'm just very proud to be now among that group.
I was actually born in Cleveland, Ohio, lived there for 9 years before moving to Boston, Massachusetts. Then moved out to California and came down to Long Beach with my husband, who came to practice OBGYN with his father, Sterling Pillsbury. This has been a community that has been exceptionally good to my family. And I was asked early upon moving to Long Beach to join the Junior League, and I met many wonderful friends who are still friends today. I joined the Long Beach Cancer League because dear friend Bix Bixby was diagnosed with cancer. I didn't know anybody who had been diagnosed with cancer, so I readily said yes as my way to fight back and try to give. I was asked to be again on a capital campaign and was delighted to say yes because the family, the Pillsbury family, is highly engaged at the Long Beach Memorial Medical Center. I was on the board and I served as president of the board. But when you see those families come through those doors for the first time, to see the relief in their eyes knowing that they're going to have all these arms around them, what it means to me to be honored, it's very humbling. But it gives me an opportunity to be another voice to tell all of those guests more about the Ronald McDonald House.
I was raised in West Anaheim, a fairly modest, humble upbringing. I'm married, going on 30 years. I have, to my beautiful wife, Elaine, we have 2 wonderful daughters. We also have a dog that kind of runs our household, Rocky, our Australian Shepherd. I love to serve, you know, it's part of the ethos of the bank, and they certainly support us. Education is near and dear to me. I've done lengthy stints at 2 separate high schools in Orange County, and really enjoy education and the opportunities, the transformational opportunities that brings. I was hired by Dan Walker 30 years ago, 4th generation of the Walker family. I have a tremendous amount of respect for Dan. He's been a great mentor for me as a family man, as his impact in the community, all the things he does. What a blessing to have him around for, you know, the last 30 years. Just, he's been a great mentor. I've got a little imposter syndrome to even believe I belong with these other 9. Great longevity of giving back. It's not a flash. It's a matter of a long time commitment, great work that they've done in the community, great character. To be a part of that class is extremely humbling to me. And, but I think it's some great folks in this group.
I have lived in Long Beach for approximately 30 years. Actually, I was born and grew up in Iowa. I lived in a very small town in northeast Iowa. I have only one sibling, my twin sister Marilyn, and my dad ran a full-service gas station in this little town. I think the people in Long Beach have become more concerned about other people, both people in Long Beach and outside of Long Beach. I think we have a better idea of what we can do to make this a better city for not just some people, but for all people who live here. Most importantly to us, we have a really strong belief in the value of education. Second thing that's important to us is our Christian faith, and so some of the organizations that we support also have a Christian background or help people. I believe that the services provided by the Ronald McDonald House are so critical to families in the time of need, and I think their service is unique, and I think they do it very, very well. I think a good woman has character and integrity. I think she cares about other people, and especially her family. And I think she always wants to make the world a better place for others.